Musicals. Gotta
Musicals!
So we're not talking about musicals in general here. We are talking about a few musicals which are coming out quite soon. Now, the first one of these we're going to talk about is actually, well, there's three things to talk about here. First of all, if you go to lastmovieoutpost.com at the moment, there is a thing on the main page, a movie coming out by A24 called Dix, the Musical. Did you see the trailer for this?
Yeah, as soon as I saw that on the website, I immediately was like, I need to watch this.
Now, for me, A24 is usually a sign of, haha, yes, please and thank you. I'd quite happily sit down and watch this. What did you make of the trailer?
I thought it looked horrible, but maybe in the best way possible. Like, Megan Thee Stallion being in it just irritates me, but like everything else,
I don't even know who that is.
She's a rapper.
Oh, is she the same one who shook her ass in She-Hulk?
Maybe. I didn't watch She-Hulk, but one of those. It was either her or it was Cardi B. They both look exactly alike.
What was she called? Megan B. What's she called?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh,
The Stallion.
Oh, there she is, the Stallion. Oh, grief. What is wrong with these people? Megan Thee Stallion. No, she looks like the kind of person who I'd immediately hate if I ever clicked on her music. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Yes, she was. She was the same woman who created that iconic scene, which literally stabbed the MCU through the heart.
God.
And yes, she's in Dix the Musical. So sorry, I was just clearing up who that was. What were you saying about her? That her being in it is not a good thing?
She's just an irritating person. I generally don't like when like rappers and stuff like that are in movies. Sometimes it works, sometimes most times it doesn't. So she was by far the worst part. I mean, the overall, a lot of it seemed like if I was to watch the movie, I would probably by the end be like, just this is annoying as fuck, and not as much like this is so stupid it's fun. But it does look. It does have its moments.
I know what you mean. That, like I say, there are sort of. I'm still mildly intrigued, but I don't. I imagine I'm going to sit there and not laugh at anything, and just sort of specifically not laugh at things on purpose. And just sort of, no, I refuse to find that funny.
No, it's not. Yeah.
What also annoys me is, and I'm going to be a bit of a prude on this one, but I don't mind swearing in movies. It's perfectly okay. But to me, just to make somebody swear doesn't make it funny. A lot of comedians seem to rely on that they kind of, they tell a joke and put swearing in it. And it's like, he swore. And it's like, yeah, but it's not funny, though, is it? There's no weight behind the comedy. And so with this, watching it, I just thought, no, they're just swearing for the sake of swearing, just for the sake of it. And again, it's like it's been written by a 9-year-old or something, which is probably worse than AI.
Maybe. Like I get that way about old people and like comedy swearing. Like it's like, we get it. The old lady said fuck, like.
Yeah. And when I watched this new one, I just thought it looks awful. It looks, like I say, usually I'm on board for A24. They've been hit and miss. Mostly they are hits though. I watched that Bodies. Oh, that was one I couldn't finish. I couldn't finish it. It was I wanted everybody in the place to die. They were all so annoying. It was just kind of, can the killer please hurry up and just murder them all? I couldn't make it to the end. And apparently the end had quite a good ending, but I was like, be blown if I could find it.
I usually have a rule that oh god, what's his name that's in it? The dipshit from SNL. Pete Davidson. Like anytime I see that he's going to be in the movie, I'm like, pass. Like now, I got caught off guard by Fast X with that shit because I didn't know he was in it. Granted, it was a small part, but still, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, God damn, you made the movie worse. How?
And have you seen the women he's dated, like Kate Beckinsale and stuff? And you're just thinking,
it must be like
Yeah,
He has to be.
there's no other explanation. Again, I'm the same as you, that I see somebody like him in the cast and my brain immediately goes, nah,
Yeah.
and he was in that Bodies, funny enough.
Yeah.
Did he get
That's why I
murdered?
didn't watch it.
I think he got murdered, which was
I
nice.
I think I heard that he did, and I want to say it was pretty fast too, or something like that. But yeah, that was like why I was like, I don't want to watch this.
If you haven't seen the trailer yet, go and do a search for Dix the Musical, and just be prepared.
Now, don't do a search. Go to lastmovieoutpost.com.
That's
and
what I
watch
meant.
it there.
Sorry,
Oh.
that's what I meant. Well done, Sean. you spotted my deliberate mistake. Yes, go to thelastmovieoutpost.com. Go to thelastmovieoutpost.com and put in Dix, and it will come up with a profile of all the contributors. The other thing that we're going to talk about with musicals is the new episode of Star Trek. What's it called? Is it Strange New Worlds? Yeah, Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
Now, have you seen any of this at all yet?
No, I've seen a couple of the clips.
I've seen the clips. Is all I've seen. I mean, I've watched my Star Wars be killed. I've watched my Star Wars die a horrible death. This is way beyond that. Way beyond that. It seems to be, from what I can tell from the trailer, because I'm not going to watch the episode, but something, an explosion goes off, and it causes everyone to suddenly break into basically song and dance on the Enterprise, and just, I can't get my head around who thought this was a good idea.
Yeah, I usually I'm fine when episodes of shows want to do a musical episode, like Psych has done it, Scrubs has done it. I'm sure there's other shows that have done it, and I mean, like, now those shows are like more silly and stuff like that, so it kind of
maybe like
works.
a comedy program or something.
Yeah, it works better with something like that. I don't think that you could do that with this type of show. I don't watch Strange New Worlds, so I don't know what it's like at all. Like, I don't know if it's usually more serious or not. It's very colorful when I've seen of it, so I would assume it's more lighthearted. But I can't imagine where in a Star Trek anything that works. Like, maybe if you went to a planet and for some reason everyone does that there,
No, to me, honestly, I can't get my head around it. There's no explanation for it. It's like you say, it's different if they did it in, I mean, even in something like Friends, or like I say, or something like Scrubs or something like that. They do it for fun because it's a comedy show and that kind of thing. When you've got, I mean, what is essentially quite a serious series like Star Trek. I mean, I know it's not like overly serious, but you've got like space exploration, everything else. There's no need to put that kind of stuff in it. Nobody, I'm thinking of, my head's going a bit weird now. Nobody is thinking, let's do a musical of, Neil Armstrong on the moon. But now that I've said that, somebody out there's going, oh, yeah.
Yeah, someone's writing that down right now to put into an AI
This is one small step for man, but a giant leap for man. That song's copyright now in that tune. But again, I can't understand. Oh, there you go. Somebody, Myanmar has just said, nobody has done a musical episode better than Buffy.
I've never watched Buffy.
I never kept up with Buffy. It kind of wasn't really shown over here in the UK as such.
I really like the movie, but the TV show just never appealed to me.
Yeah, the same with me. I mean, again, I can see that in Buffy because obviously it's a fantasy movie anyway. There are vampires and ghosts and demons and this kind of stuff. So yeah, you can kind of insert that in there. But Star Trek is based in a reality of man's exploration of, but it is ultimately it's because I've always thought the fact that Star Wars is science fantasy, whereas Star Trek is science fiction. That it's based on a reality of humans exploring space, and so you can kind of believe in it. Whereas, like I say, Star Wars is obviously set in a galaxy far, far away. But
Star Wars is a space opera. I would say that is not what Star Trek is.
Don't say opera, because somebody will turn that into a musical now.
Oh shit!
I think actually, if you look, there is somebody who did a stage production of Star Wars, and I think the Millennium Falcon was Grease Lightning.
Oh no!
Go Millennium Falcon, da, 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 and yeah. But I think it was done like as a stage musical thing for like a for a high school or something. You know, it was obviously to get his degree or qualification in music or whatever. So I mean, I see that, but thank goodness nobody's brought it to the big screen. Now the other one.
Hold on. To be fair, Hamlet 2, pretty fucking hilarious movie.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you never seen Hamlet 2? Has what's his name in it? He was the business bad guy from the other guys. Anyways, he plays as a high school drama teacher or something like that. It's been a long time since I watched it, and he's putting on a play about Jesus Christ, and it's they're making it into a musical and stuff. It's a funny movie. It's definitely check it out.
All right. The other one that we're going to talk about is, and again, this was quite recent news. The 1977, I want to say, hang on a minute,
I think it was 79.
79, sorry, yeah, the 1979 cult classic, The Warriors, is apparently being adapted to a stage musical.
I think it can work. I mean, I know
Really?
we just talked about, I know we just talked about like based in reality and stuff like that.
Well, Sean's got to go now, so goodbye, Sean.
But like, I try looking at it as like Sharks and the Jets, whatever that Streetcar Named Desire,
West Side Story,
something like I've never seen either of those things, so I take this with a grain of salt. But like, I think if they are able to do it, something like that, try to distance itself from the Warriors movie, because I mean it's a pretty dark fucking movie.
Yeah. Well, apparently the book was even darker. It
That's
was
what
far
I've
more
heard.
violent and far more of a social commentary of what was going on in New York at the time.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I think it has a possibility to work on some level. Will I enjoy it? No, probably not. I can't imagine it. But I think like the Star Trek thing is just horrible. It was just all dumb.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think it's possible for this to work. Maybe.
Again, it like we recently saw, The Color Purple was made into a stage musical, and again, it is kind of like, really, they made a movie about spousal abuse into a musical.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
How lovely. And then The Warriors is the same thing. The story of The Warriors is there's a massive sort of gang meeting in central New York, and the leader of all of the gangs, called Cyrus, gets assassinated, and they think one gang has done it, and the gang has got to try and make their way back home to home turf to safe territory where the other gangs are trying to kill them. And like I say, it's a very violent, very dark movie, and I just don't see... I don't
It probably
understand
won't
why
work, but I'm just saying I can
those,
see it a little bit.
It's one of those things, right? I don't see when people, watch a movie and go, "Do you know what would improve this movie?"
No,
Making it a musical.
Definitely not. No.
Yeah, putting a couple of song and dance numbers in there, you got yourself a smash hit. That Star Wars always thought it was quite dull, but Luke singing about moisture evaporators on Tatooine, that's what that needs.
It's going to be weird when they're like in the park scene when he's going to be like, "Come on, girl, give me what I want. I'm going to rape you." Like,
I completely forgot that. Yeah,
it's going to be at least it's going to be fucking hilarious, I think.
Oh no, she was an undercover cop. I mean, there is that famous scene at the end, I forget the actor's name, where he's got the 3 bottles and he's going, "Warriors, come out to play." And I mean, but the thing is turning that into a song then kind of, it takes away the creepiness of the whole scene, because I mean, he's like psychotic.
Yeah, it gives the scene tension, because I mean, like, he's just clanking. And by the way, which I believe was all improv by him.
Yes, I read that as well. Yeah,
it builds a tension to the scene, and there's like, kind of a creepiness factor to it and stuff like that. And I wouldn't really call that a song so much as kind of like what is it when in war? When there's psychological warfare kind of thing.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is that particular scene being turned into a musical would ruin it. Whereas, like you say, the scene itself of him doing that is, like I say, it was improvised, but it's so creepy and it's so memorable. Yeah, it's So Yeah, unfortunately, people are going to still be making musicals about movies we all know and love. Isn't life horrible?
I mean, to be fair, like I don't watch any musicals like on Broadway or anything like that. Uh, uh,
I've
is it
seen a
just something
couple of
that happens all
shows.
the time? Like, I mean,
No, I mean,
Spider-Man had a musical that everyone kept dying on or something, and like all kinds
I
of
don't
movies
know.
have had this happen. Yeah, I
I
think
suppose like, I'm the same as you. Like I say, I've been to sort of shows in the past when I was a kid. I saw like Oliver and stuff like that, which is
okay, yeah, yeah,
which is based obviously on the a brilliant original. Well, I say original is based on Dickens, but I mean the original movie with what's his name, Ron
I don't know
Mooney.
who.
Oh no, it's Ron Moody was a British actor, and he played Fagin, and he was this proper like London geezer who got all the kids out to steal for him and all this kind of stuff. And it's a brilliant movie, and the stage play was fantastic. When I saw it, it was with a sort of TV celebrity over here called Russ Abbott, who was brilliant in the part, and he was as Fagin, he was really good. And so. But again, I don't keep up to date with what goes to Broadway or the West End over here, of movies that get made into stuff. I'm just not bothered.
Yeah, there's been there has been stuff that I've like Spider-Man. The reason why I heard about this because like people were constantly getting injured during the thing, whether it was actors or people watching, I'm not sure, but like they ended up stopping it because of all the injuries,
having seizures.
Maybe Spider-Man's falling on them.
Why did I pay for this?
But yeah, I mean, like weird things have been turned into this kind of stuff before. I'm saying I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm not surprised. But it's just a shame that, like I say, people have got to do this again. I mean, it's like Back to the Future. I think Back to the Future, the musical, is in London over here at the moment, and again, it's just kind of I don't know. It's Back to the Future. I don't need songs done to it. It's a perfectly good movie. Just leave it alone, bloody people.
It's not a perfectly good movie. It's a perfectly perfect movie. See, I think it's time you leave now.
Oh, bye then. Anyway, we're going to call it quits there for the Last Movie Out stream. Like I say, Last Movie Outpost. Bloody hell, Yoda usually does the outro, so I don't do the I do the intro and he does the outro. But yes, thank you for joining us on the Outpost frequencies. Do all this down below. Follow us all on all this stuff. I can't bother to read it out. Look for the Last Movie Outpost. You'll find it. It's all on there with our newly designed site and everything else. We keep up to date with all the news and reviews of everything going on in the movies at the moment, so you can always find new information every day. We try to post something, and we do this live stream every Sunday. Other than that, Sean, thank you for joining me. Any last words from you, mate?
Make musicals great again.
Yes. Do you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to start watching some musicals and reviewing them just to annoy people.
Hey, start with Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Yeah, see, classic one. Bless her beautiful heart wherever she may be. I can't go that low, but yeah, no. See, again, that's a classic one. That'll be updated soon. It'll be Seven Brothers for Seven Brothers.
Seven non-Pacific genders for Seven Brothers.
And it wouldn't be four. It will be what's the word? Agree to cohabitate to save on rent. Oh, I can't wait to see that. The Seven Brides for Seven non-binary gender fluid people that they arranged to live with.
Basically, it's just going to be like 14 guys with neck beards like mine that are all communists.
Shut up, Troll Prince. Get the other Sean back on. He's the smartest guy in the place. My arse he is. Anyway, that's all from us. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next week. That was an excerpt from the Outpost Frequencies brought to you by thelastmovieoutpost.com. We hold a live stream every Sunday at 12 p.m. on Central Time and 6 p.m. UK time. You're welcome to join us. In the meantime, make sure you visit thelastmovieoutpost.com for all of your movie news, reviews, and everything cool about film. So cheesy.